Hi, my name's Ashley Sue. If you're new here, we are a community of ARMY. We celebrate BTS, mental health, and sometimes midlife for those of us who are. A lot of us are. I love it. I love that we are the comparatively silent part of the fandom, but we are big. I freaking love it. Sorry, I got really hyped thinking about that. We are doing Bangtan theater. And I usually like to post these middle of the week, but this week was Jungkook's birthday and we did a celebration video of him, and oh my gosh, I can't listen to My Time the same now. I heard My Time yesterday a couple times, and listening to it now gives me very different vibes. No, I still have not seen the black leather pants performance. I'm not quite ready for that yet. Some people say it's not as sexy. I'm betting it's going to be. And I know that I missed the dance break, but if I'm not watching it off of Bangtan TV or Hybe, then I'm at the mercy of clicking whichever one seems to have a whole lot of views. I don't know what I'm missing until either you guys tell me or I see a different version of it later. Ooh. So I'm sorry for those of you who were bummed that I missed the very sexy floor performance, which I did see later that day. I found it while I was editing. We're gonna get into Rise of Bangtan chapter 8 today. 8. I've got over here, boop, the 8 and the infinity symbol, which they've been utilizing since Festa, since Suwuzu. Random factoids about BTS numbers. Factoids you don't care about. The first number, my children are 2 and 3. The first number they recognized was this spring, and it was the number 7. We play Spotify on the TV, and their Map of the Soul 7 album kept popping up, so they learned the number 7 very quickly, which I love. And 8, random factoid at number 8 is when I leave purple hearts in comments, I try to leave 8 hearts every time because there are 7 of the guys and ARMY. And if I'm leaving a comment for you, it's the 7 guys and me supporting you. Or in general, how ARMY has each other's back as well as having the guys' backs. So I know the guys comprise 1 together, but we are not 7 with you, right? Can't wait to see that video. Meanwhile, let's hop into Rise of Bangtan this weekend. Chapter 15 drops. I just saw that on YouTube. And we have big news coming from the guys next week. And we have an interview with Coldplay coming out and possibly a collaboration song. And the Permission to Dance compilation video will be debuting, which I really regret not participating in that challenge. I intended to since it was announced, and I really regret not participating in that challenge. So from here on out, if BTS makes any TikTok or YouTube challenges, consider this girl in, as embarrassing as it is. I cry constantly on this channel, and sometimes I lust after these men who are in these 20s and could be my much younger brothers, nearly my sons. Not quite. The age difference isn't quite that big, but who cares? It could be, and I'd still feel the same way. So I'm beyond the point of shame, which is also the point of this channel, is for us to be beyond the point of shame. Love yourself, accept it, know that you're not everyone's cup of tea. I'm gonna talk about this real quick too, and then we're gonna hop into it, I swear. Last night was hard. Since these guys have come into my life, Dynamite hit me 11 months ago, and then about 9 months ago is when I became ARMY. It was on at that point. And their message of love yourself, love myself, really came to me and has come to me and washed over me in ways and given me strength. But I know that I'm really not alone in feeling this way. I'm having some struggles in my life, in my relationships. And part of what we love about BTS is seeing how close they are and love, because I think for a lot of us, we want that, but we've come to accept in our lives and even believe in our lives that I guess nobody has that type of relationship. I guess nobody has that type of closeness. And yes, I'm really outing my own life here, and I'm really outing, I mean, let's just call it what it is instead of beating around this, marital issues and feeling distant and detached from people who you yearn for a closeness with, for family that you can lay on and you know they're just going to come rub your hair, and that they support you for who you are and that you support them for who they are, and that you keep pushing each other to level up for those dreams, and that when you get afraid, that they don't let you sit in that fear. They help pull you back out instead of pushing you further into that fear. We love the guys for these things. And these guys and everything they put out for us for the last 10 years shows us that that does exist. And that's pretty magical. Even though they've never placed eyes on me, I feel very seen by them. Even though they've never heard my voice, I feel very heard by them. And I know that a lot of you do too. Well, last night I felt crippled. I suddenly, like, everything that I've ever feared about myself, everything I've ever come to believe about myself, everything I've been told about myself, about being unlovable, which I've done a whole video on years ago, I felt it again. It occurred to me I'm not lovable. It occurred to me that who I am is at its core unlovable, and that I'm too much emotion, and that I'm too much silly at the wrong times, and that I'm too much wanting to hold hands and too much wanting to hug, and that I'm too much wanting to talk about big dreams and big things and big feelings, that I'm not enough laughter, that I'm not enough easygoing conversations about football and weather, that I'm not enough talent, that I'm not worthy. I felt really, really just out of nowhere hit by those feelings again last night. And I'm still feeling them right now. I'm kind of afraid I'm gonna make friends with some of you guys, and that then you're gonna decide that I really am not worthy of sticking around with. We all want people we stick around with, right? We want people who we get to laugh with and roll around with and be absolutely stupid and chaotic with and act like dancing fools. And we want people that we can also cry to and cry with and let them cry. But in everyday life, I guess people are busy and things become too much. And I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. But, you know, sometimes it's easy to be afraid that maybe I'm no one's cup of tea. And then I just remembered and reminded myself that loving myself, loving yourself, is not a destination. We don't get there and then just suddenly feel good forevermore. Jen, I have no idea. And Jen is so zen in his take on things. He is so wise and so full of self-love, and he jokes about it, and the guys really joke about it. But that doesn't mean that he's never hit by feelings of doubt or fear or loneliness or what if I'm wrongness, and he fights for it. He talks about that. He talked about that on KBS, about looking in the mirror every day and saying that he's beautiful, because he feels like everyone needs to do that. It's not somewhere you get and suddenly you're out of the woods, because pain and doubt and fear keep trying to find ways in. And right when you think you've got them gone away, they're persistent. They're not going to let up. They're going to try to find a way back into your head to convince you that your thoughts, that your good thoughts about yourself are wrong, and then seep their way right into your heart and clutch it again and crush your soul again. So you have to keep vigilantly fighting to love yourself. I have to keep fighting to love myself. So to that lovely 15-year-old I referenced in the last video, who maybe is still watching my videos, or maybe you've moved on, but I wish I could say we suddenly get to a happy place and then it's over, but it's not. Like the rings of a tree, we have to keep cycling, but trying to cycle up. We're trying to cycle up each time. Like, we're gonna hit the pain, and then we gotta keep trying to go upward, and we gotta try to find people in our lives, whether we're finding each other across the world. I got the most heartwarming tweet today from somebody from India showing me love and support in this moment, whether we're finding each other this way or whether we're able to find people in our in-person life that we can tangibly hug today. We gotta find people who help us cycle up as we cycle, because either you're gonna cycle up or you're gonna spiral down. On that note, right now, BTS and ARMY are these people with me, and I've got a sister on the other side of the globe who lives actually closer to BTS than she lives to myself. But we've been really reconnecting, and to my friends who I'm meeting here, if I seem distant, it's because I'm afraid of being clingy. I'm trying to find the balance, and if I seem clingy, well then I am. Let's watch Rise of Bangtan number 8. Oh, look at this. It's called I Need You. That's something. Woo! All right, let's do this. Thank you, Anissa. I want to say your name every video. Thank you, Anissa, for making these for you and your crew. Whew. If my camera craps out, I'll figure it out. Sorry. That video is gut-wrenching and beautiful. It's like part of what pulled me in. What wasn't part of what pulled me in?
Each year, over 100 idol groups debut. Only a handful actually make it.
That's wild.
So, I'm gonna split into 3 categories. Famous idol group, half famous idol group, and nobody knows, not famous.
I so hoped he was gonna say
The
BTS.
first group I want to talk about is the famous idol groups. They're famous, they make money, you don't have to worry about them. The bottom group, because they're not famous, they have freedom. The company won't invest any more money in them. That means their contracts are nullified, they're free to do whatever they want. The half famous idols, the groups that do okay, they're actually the worst.
So I like to talk about the
Whoa,
big three.
whoa.
YG,
Can we back that up
SM,
again?
and JYP.
They're free to do whatever they want.
The half famous
idols,
are the
the
worst.
groups that do okay, they're actually the worst.
So I like to
Why?
talk about the big three. YG, SM, and JYP.
3대 기획사인데 SM, YG, JYP.
I don't know much about these, except for
Big Three privilege is a term people in the K-pop community use to
They've been
refer to
gatekeeping.
privileges some groups receive for being a part of a large company.
I
So
need
I think
paper.
there can be quite a few definitions for the big three privilege, but I think the most unanimously agreed on one is that artists from the big three, meaning JYP, YG, and SM, have a privilege when it comes to success and popularity.
The big three.
Isn't that the same crap? Sorry. Isn't that the same thing that's happening here in America? I mean, we've got, oh my God, the Billboard article. I keep bringing it up. I keep not wanting to talk about it, but I keep bringing it up. It's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. And they're not even a label. But here's the thing is, I have no doubt, and I've referenced several videos ago, working for a PR company here in a medium-sized city in the United States, and how shady and full of lies they are. It's about money and control. Who pays you? And I know for a fact that, for instance, in the beauty influencer world, there are beauty influencers who are paid by major companies to give bad reviews to other companies. You cannot tell me that Billboard is not being paid by some major Western American music labels to dogpile, to lie to BTS and ARMY in order to absolute snow them over. And to keep othering them so that Americans will hopefully join on the bandwagon, hate on, and dismiss BTS also. I'm telling you, I give Twitter flack, but Twitter ARMY, you are hard workers. Thank you.
Companies have built a legacy and
Gatekeeping.
reputation in the entertainment industry and the
Because BTS doesn't make money for anybody here in America. To find out from BTS themselves this year that they were asked to sign with an American label and chose not to. They put their trust in themselves, in Bang, and in ARMY. And now America wants them gone because they're not making Americans money.
last 20 years. They typically have a lot more artists.
Sorry,
all
I'm
very
angry.
popular
I'm
on
angry.
some level. and these artists bring ratings. There's a lot of negotiation and a lot of pull to make sure that these Korean TV shows and even concerts have the best ratings and attendance for advertisers. It's a big circle
iHeartRadio?
and not exclusive to Korea. This is everywhere in the world, because when it comes down to it, it's all about what makes more money, whether you like it or not.
For example, if a company wants their new group on a music program, they'll often have to offer up their more popular idols for variety shows or other programming on that same network. Those same companies often have their hands in other parts of the entertainment industry, so idols from said companies are more likely to get CFs or cast in musicals, variety shows, and dramas.
Which our guys
Privileges
have
aren't
everything of
limited to
now.
the big three. Any group from a company that's large, has popular acts, and has a steady cash flow will experience at least some sort of privilege.
Our boys are making bank now.
And having these privileges doesn't mean your favorite idols don't work hard. No one is
Right.
saying that. It just means you're more likely to be rewarded for your hard work.
When it comes to social media and online's presence, the Big Three's power is mostly present when it comes to Korea. The K-pop's Big Three power does not have the same effect on international fans.
Please show a lot of love to the middle tier K-pop groups.
Oh,
You know, the not so famous ones. I don't want to name any groups, but you know who they are.
I don't, and I'm not. I mean, I actually tried to listen to K-pop outside of BTS, and because I was like, oh, BTS saved my life, K-pop will be amazing. It turns out it's BTS's magic that is what does it for me. But that breaks my heart to hear, because like right now BTS is huge, and I only found out about them because ARMY pushed and pushed and pushed, and the guys pushed and pushed and pushed until Dynamite happened, till that peak, which we've re-peaked now. But they spent a long time as low level and then mid-level. I guess if there's a mid-level group that you feel like deserves support, chime in. I want to hear about it.
Right?
Was he talking about them? I just spit. Was he talking about them?
담아가서 간직하고 싶다는 생각도 많이 했고.
I love how much all this means to them.
팬분들을 이렇게 찍어 왔는데.
Oh my gosh, was that his phone video?
해보고 싶기도 했고, 되게 담아가서 간직하고 싶다는 생각도 많이 했고. 팬분들을 이렇게 찍어 왔는데. 어디서 커피 없나? 거기서
As if I couldn't fall in love with him more.
자기 가수한테 기억되고 싶다는 말을 들어서 사실상 똘똘이가 아니어서 다 기억할 수가 없기 때문에
Sorry, coffee.
영상을 보면서 되게 더 열심히 해야지, 내 팬들한테 더 좋은 음악, 더 좋은 무대 보여드려야지, 이런 생각을 많이 할 수 있는 영상인 것 같다. 이제 컴백이 얼마 남지 않았는데 멤버들이 안 다치고 몸이 안 아프고 그냥 좋은 앨범이
They
빨리
work so
나왔으면
hard.
좋겠다. 그 생각뿐인 것 같다. 요즘은 2015년 4월 4일 새벽 2시 침례 끝.
This song. This might be the first Suga song I fell in love with. Oh, the
던져버린 공과 함께 퍼진 웃음 더 차오른 네 숨은 꿈틀대는 꿈들 빨라지는 초보 행복해지는 마음 이 순간은 영원할 듯하지만 해지는 밤이 다시 찾아오면 또 먹는 현실 정신을 차리면 또 겁먹은 병신 같은 내 모습에 자꾸만 또 겁이 나 덮쳐오는 현실과 남들은 앞서 달려가는데 왜 난 아직 여기 나 숨을 쉬어 아니면 꿈을 꿔 지금 심장 박동에 맞춰 다시 너를 줘 남들의 얄팍한 잔디에 갇혀 모른 척하며 살다간 코트처럼 인생도 놀자 What am I doing my life 이 순간은 언제든 다시 찾아오지 않나 다시 나에게 되물어봐 지금 행복한가 그 답은 이미 정해졌어 난 행복하다
Wow. Wow.
둘, 셋, 파!
첫
번째 순서로 한번 진행해 볼까 하는데요.
그렇습니다.
방탄소년단의 세 번째 미니 앨범 화양연화 파트 1이 나왔습니다. 박수.
사실 저희가 학교 3부작이 끝난 이후에 어떤 식으로 다음 앨범을 만들까 굉장히 고민을 많이 했어요.
많이 했죠.
그래서 생각이 든 게 우리가 또 19살부터 24살까지 굉장히 다양한 연령대가 분포하고 있지 않습니까?
네.
그래서 만들고 싶었던 게 청춘이에요.
네.
이 청춘의 근데 마냥 아름다움보다는 조금 더 불안하고 위태로운 그런 것들에서 좀 더 포커스를 맞춰서 다 같이 앨범을 만들게 되었습니다.
The unstableness and fragility of youth.
달라서
팬분들이 많이 놀라셨을 것 같아요.
그렇죠.
Damn.
이번 저희가 새로운 비주얼을 하고 나와서 굉장히 깜짝 놀라셔서 이번 앨범을 굉장히 궁금해하시는 분들이 많다고.
아 그렇죠. 많죠.
사진이 딱 공개됐는데 팬분들이 이런 말씀을 하시더라고요.
어떤?
방탄이 리즈구나.
But they weren't. I mean, they were. I love they keep repriming. That's some phenomenal stuff. But it's true. I keep wondering what the next album's gonna be like based on their kind of current looks and the fact that Map of the Soul was a closing of an era. What is coming ahead with these hot grown men?
야!
리즈 방탄.
야!
진짜 벌써?
네.
안 돼! 벌써 리즈면 어떡해! 안 돼! 나 좀 더 잘생겨지고 싶다고. 지금 리즈면 이제 추락하는 일만 남은 거잖아. 어떻게?
이봐, 현실에 만족해요.
그렇습니다. 열심히 할게요. 네.
욕심이 많네, 욕심이 많아.
뮤직비디오 언제 공개해요?
오늘 밤 12시에 공개됩니다!
자, 너무 싫었나요? 네. 8개월
Oh my God, I love
동안 정말 많이 노력을 했습니다. 이번 앨범 준비하느라고 정말 후회 없이 준비했고요. 정말 후회 없는 활동 되도록 정말 화양연화를 맞이하도록 열심히 활동을 할 테니 저희 팬 여러분들과 또 이 화면을 지켜보시고 계신 다른 분들까지 정말 예쁘게 봐주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
It's a pretty era. That entire era is
방탄소년단의 가장 중요한 활동일 것 같아요.
magically beautiful.
이게 매 활동마다 그렇게 돼요. 저번 활동 때도 이번엔 정말 잘 돼야 된다. 아마 다음 앨범 준비할 때도 이번엔 진짜 잘해야 된다.
잘 나온 것 같아요.
더 해야 될 것 같아요. 할 때마다 부족하지. 모르겠어요. 별로 안 슬픈가 봐요, 지금. 기분이. 슬퍼야 되는데 지금 1등 하고 있죠. 슬프지가 않아요, 지금. 화이팅!
조세파! 자, 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다. 열심히 하겠습니다. 진짜 열심히 하겠습니다.
Look how little that crowd looks compared to the crowds we do now. I love the choreography to this. The Japanese, when I watched the Japanese version of this video,
K-팝의
gosh, they're
시각적인
cool.
특성이 댄스 퍼포먼스에만 국한되는 것은 아닙니다. 뮤직비디오는 보는 음악의 시대를 여는 중요한 요소로 작용했습니다.
데뷔 초부터 방탄소년단과 작업 중인 룸펜스 감독.
I'm from the MTV generation, and I mean the true MTV generation, you 90-liners, 90 and after, you are of the, like, what, Snooki and Jersey Shore MTV generation, not the same thing. I'm from the music video generation, where video killed the radio star. This was a thing, and music videos had magical power in the 80s, especially the late 80s. They transported you, they told you stories, they made you feel like you were live at the concert watching Def Leppard, watching November Rain from Guns N' Roses, watching Run DMC and Aerosmith get down together. You had the entire, this was actually 90s, you had the entire Aerosmith storyline they did with Alicia Silverstone and Liv Tyler. And then reality TV just squashed good music videos. We kind of had, like, I don't know, an era of not so great music videos And the magic was sort of gone for the most part. The fact that there's these storylines in these videos that bring back the magic, just complete magic of videos, make me want to log into YouTube. Anyway, it's exciting. If you were a child of the 80s, do you remember rushing home and turning on your TV to MTV? Especially if there was a video debuting, it was a big deal. They would air it every hour on the hour.
방시혁 프로듀서는 예술성을 인정받은 룸펜스 감독에게 일찍 러브콜을 보내 10편의 방탄소년단 뮤직비디오를 만들었다.
요새는 뮤직비디오 역할이 좀 되게 많은 것 같아요.
There's still so many of their videos I've never seen.
새 앨범이 나왔을 때 제일
That's
처음
mind-blowing to me.
접하는 게 이 뮤직비디오거든요. 음원과 동시에 이제 그 안에 이 가수의 활동 방향, 뭐 이번 앨범의 컨셉, 전하고자 하는 메시지가 한 번에 다 들어가 있는 거거든요.
That's the thing, a video tells a story.
이런 뮤비 처음입니다. 그리고 뭐 제가 이쁘고 멋있게 이번에 뭐 눈무가 없으니까 연기를 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
좋은데 지금부터 이 차를 진영이 몰고 갈 건데요.
제가 운전하는데 제가 무서워요. 이렇게 몰아본 적이 없었어.
It's fun. It's really fun.
개인 신차를 때문에 길 가다가 불량배들한테 부딪혀가지고 맞고.
I saw so many reactioners.
감독이 할 수 있을지 모르겠어요.
Did you guys see reactioners who watched this who completely thought like, oh, Jungkook's about to kick their ass. Jungkook's gonna pull it out and whip him down. To me, he looked more like he wanted to be beaten down. You know that place where you kind of feel depressed to the point of like a depressed numbness that you just want to feel pain because it means you're still feeling, or maybe the pain will just kill you anyway. Sorry. Even acting, it hurts me. Oh, that shot of Hobie. Oh, that video is so painful. Oh my god, you're beautiful. It's about to get worse.
I just got goosebumps, bro.
I did too.
This is really dark.
I did too,
The
for
music
real.
is so bright.
Oh my god, seriously.
I did not expect this music video to be this.
I have goosebumps for real.
What the hell is going on in this video? My heart is racing.
Damn.
What the hell?
Oh no.
What?
No matter how many times I see it.
This video's so dark.
Just got intense.
Wow, man, this is just amazing.
I'm kind of like in shock. Like, I don't even know what just happened.
No matter how many times. Woo. Is there something wildly gratifying about seeing other people react so emotionally to them and the art they create? Because that was, of course, super intense, but oh my god. We're not alone. We're not alone. No matter how the ding-dongs in our life make us feel about it, we're not alone in feeling this way.
Did you feel goosebumps? Like, did you feel like a chill?
He was my first reaction
buddy. That's what
buddy.
I got right now. That's crazy.
I will always love Riz for being my first reaction buddy.
Seeing them all like that, holy shit.
He was funny.
I mean, I loved it.
I really, 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 really loved it. But oh
God, she's pretty.
my god.
1등 할 수 있겠냐?
아니 뭐 1등 그런 거 떠나서 일단 앨범 자체는 좋아. 난 앨범 자체는
나 이제 앨범에서 만족할 수 없다. 1등 해야 된다 이제.
이제 기대를 갖지 마. 진짜 기대를 했는데 안 될까 봐. 난 그게 이제.
네, 5월 첫째 주쇼 챔피언송을 확인해볼 시간입니다. 네, 5월 첫 번째 수상자는 누가 될지 궁금한데요. 화면으로 만나보겠습니다. 함께 만나보시죠.
This video is gonna be so long. I'm sorry. God, this reminds me of TRL.
I Need You, 빅뱅, 루저, 산이, 이유, 엑소, Call Me Baby, EXID, 아 예. 네, EXID 감사합니다. 축하드립니다.
열심히 안 하고 있는 건가? 모르겠다. 아무튼 솔직히 진짜 죽을 듯이 열심히 하는 것 같지 않다. 내 자신이 빨리 성장을 해야 되는데 요즘 뭔가 잘 안 되는 것 같다. 노래가 문제인 건 확실한데 뭐 노력을 그렇게 많이 하는 것 같지도 않고 열심히 하겠다. 열심히 하자. 전국의 로그 복잡한. 네.
What is this lovely rooftop performance? Oh my god. Increasingly, I just want to bite the guys.
어때요?
That's weird, right?
좋아요? 저는 굉장히 되게 어릴 때로 돌아간 것 같아요. 중고등학교 때 이제 뭐 길거리 버스킹도 많이 하고 또 이제 이런 소극장에서 최저 인원인 2명 앞에서도 공연해보고 그랬는데 이렇게 많은 분들 앞에서 이렇게 가까운 거리에서 공연을 하게 돼서 굉장히 기분 좋고.
제 생각에 그냥 기분이 예산 아니지만 잘 되고 있습니다. 네. 감사합니다.
저는 지금 이 자리에 계신 저희 팬 여러분들께 굉장히 죄송합니다. 아 여러분들 오늘 굉장히 이쁘게 하셨어요.
네, 다들 예쁘,
다
예쁘신 것 같아요.
이야.
햇살을 받아서 그런가?
어떤
그럼 바로 다음 곡으로 넘어갈 준비됐어요?
这道题请拉普怪
I hope they get something small like that again one day. Like, just enjoy it once in a while.
아이고야, 눈으로 하는. 어유.
빨리 좀 주세요. 빨리요.
세 개를 골라야 되는 거 아니야? 잠깐만요.
Ooh.
3번 너무 어렵다. 3번, 6번, 3번, 6번, 13번? 아니 3번하고 11번 차이가 뭐야? 아이씨.
God, he's beautiful.
방탄소년단이 또 음원이
Smart is sexy.
우리 팬들이 또 이렇게 또 준비해줘가지고요. 우리 모양을 또 감사합니다. 우리 남준이 오빠 잘해주라고. 네. 문제 맞추는데 랩몬이에게 살짝씩 양보해주세요. 사주가 조금씩 들어오네요. 그러네. 사주.
저희 오늘 랩몬스터가 부재 중이어서 저희 안무 팀장님이
So was he regularly on that show?
무대에 올라서게 되었습니다. 저희 방탄소년단 안무를 모두 다 직접 만드시는 바로 그
랩몬스터입니다.
네? 아, 당연히 EXID 선배님이 하시겠죠. 어제도 EXID 선배님이 했는데 오늘도 하시겠죠 뭐.
근데 1위 공약 준비하고 계신 거 아니었어요?
네, 저요? 아, 만약에 하면 입술로 이제 저희 입술을 바르고 아이니즈 무대를 하기로 했는데
아유 보기 힘들더라고요.
아, 보이나? 잠시만요.
아이고.
이번 주에는 어떤 게 예상하시나요?
The group of Puritans that we are as ARMY, we love some armpits. When we get exposed foreheads, armpits knees with our ripped jeans, much less when they give us like leather shorts or a forearm. We lose it.
이 후보에 든 것만으로도 영광입니다. 팬분들한테 살렸습니다. 사랑합니다.
도와주십시오.
도와주십시오.
God, Korean's beautiful language.
대세 아이돌 EXID와 방탄소년단의 대결 최종 결과 보여주세요.
You can see the tension in Jin's face over on the side. You could really see.
음반 판매 점수입니다.
You can see he was nervous.
선호도 점수입니다. 소셜 미디어 점수입니다.
You can see in J-Hope's
엠넷
face.
방송 점수입니다.
Look at them.
네, 마지막으로 생방송 문자 투표 점수를 합산한 오늘의 영광의 1위는
Look at J-Hope. Jimin's trying so hard to just be cool. J-Hope's like, forget it.
강시혁 PD님, 최효정 부사님, 김신규 이사님, 인석주 이사님, 이혁 이사님 진심으로 감사드리고 저희
Look at that hair color. Sorry, I love the bluish hair.
아 저희 가족분들 너무 사랑하고 이상 타게 해주신 저희 아미분들 너무 감사합니다.
Oh yeah.
고맙습니다.
It's just twitless.
아빠 엄마 사랑해요. 우리 아미도 사랑해요. 자 소감 한 번 더 말씀해 주세요.
아 진짜 저희를 믿고 항상 응원해주신 저희 아미 항상 정말 감사하고 사랑합니다. 감사합니다. 사랑합니다.
Is anyone else, or say, is anyone wearing lipstick but V?
Meme for a group. The first
Oh,
one in
yeah.
general is like pretty cool, pretty important. I think that it is a good way to indicate that you are established. Your new album was recognized. You have done enough and worked enough that you've kind of reached that level. You always see artists cry on their first win. I think it's a really special moment for the group that they've reached this level of achievement.
우리 스타일라이트 많이 기다렸죠? 너무 기다리게 해서 너무 미안하고 너무 감사합니다.
That's sweet. I don't know who these people are, but that was really sweet.
아 대박 진짜.
아 진짜 이게
It's kind of what I look like after some of these videos. Crying away from my face.
이 기쁜 마음 어떻게 표현할지 모르겠어요. 진짜 저희 팬 여러분들 덕분에 생각합니다. 정말 너무너무 감사드려요. 진짜 사랑해요. 진짜 사랑해요. 진짜.
Why is Jin the only one with his lipstick good?
아좀 깜짝 놀랐나 봐요.
He always has the best boots.
와 진짜 너무 좋아갖고 아니 진짜 너무.
I'm sorry, when I comment on their hair, their clothing, their bodies, I know it sounds super superficial and like I watch them because they're hot and like I want to bite them because they're hot, which isn't it. They truly embody inwardly, outwardly, everywhere in between magic. Their style, their gestures, their facial expressions, the words they choose to use, their voices, the way they connect with each other, the way they connect with ARMY. It's all truly magical. Like, why wouldn't you want to just take all of it in, appreciate all of it? They're sweet enough to give us all of that. I just want to bite all of it. Sorry, weird, I know.
와, 진짜 얘기 좀 해봐. 이때 잊지 못할 순간이다.
아 진짜 생일 파티 같아. 아 몰래 카메라 같아요. 아.
와 진짜 깜짝 놀랐어.
아 좋네.
진짜 고생했다. 아 어떻게 해 진짜. 아 진짜 좋네요. 진짜 열심히 할 것 같아요.
Damn, the hair color's good.
잊지 않겠습니다 진짜 이거.
근데 2010
I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fucking mad. If you're on Twitter, you know why. If you know anything about the Billboard article, you know why. I have thoughts on the mass buying of albums, and I'm going to share it this way. At first, I felt weird about it too, realizing people would buy an album more than one time, right? Isn't that kind of odd? My head had a hard time wrapping around that because I had never felt that way about a musician before. Up until BTS, as far as musicians went, whether it was $9.99 at Media Play or it was $20 for like a double album, it was money I was forced to pay if I wanted to listen to their music. And then I was part of the college generation of Napster, where we got all the music we wanted for free. And we didn't really care whether or not people were getting paid for it. Things have cycled back around, and now people are starting to realize artists should be paid. Sometimes someone charges you for something and you might be thankful that you got it for as little as you did, but you feel like they could have charged more, like you would have paid more for that very thing. For the art that they've given you, whether it's music or a painting or a meal, you feel like I would have paid a lot more for this because it's that good and it means that much to me in this moment. That's what mass buying is. They may charge 69 cents for an MP3, but that song means much more to me than 69 cents. And while I may be thankful I can own it for 69 cents, I am more than willing to pay X, Y, or Z amount more for that MP3 to thank them by paying them for the work they put into it and to let them know your art means more to me than that 69 cents that you offered it at. And to realize that some people are getting it free. So I'm just helping cover those costs too. And I don't have any shame in any of that. There are actually some people who don't charge set prices for anything. They literally say, I want you to pay what you feel like this is worth to you. That's what mass buying is. It's us paying what we value and what we think is worth. BTS didn't ask me to buy more than one copy of their song. I chose to because it's worth it to me. On that note.
10년부터 그게 점점 등장하는 듯했어. 저희 회사에
I know there are companies that do it.
찾아옵니다. 4억을 주시면
BTS wasn't one of them.
한 달 정도는 1위에
Payola
도전해드릴 수 있습니다.
industry plants.
발표만 했다고 하면 1위를 하는 거야. 그냥 통계적으로 봤을 때는 그렇게 많을 수가 없는 광고, 팬, 뭐 행사, 수익, 뭐 드라마 캐스팅이 될 수도 있고 그룹이면
But see, BTS wasn't that.
그런 분들이 그런 일들이 좀 있었어요.
How long did it take them to get there? How many albums and songs did they put out? How long have they been making vlogs? How many fans have they already built up from the charisma and magic of who they are and what they create? People who accuse them of that simply want to hate them and want to discredit them while continuing to credit Western artists who actually are part of payola car washes or so forth. Get a free car wash if you can prove that you're currently streaming this new song on Spotify. I can't believe this shit's still happening. I can't believe this is still a discussion. No trophy is worth the shit they put up with. I promise you that. I'm sorry, I will stop pausing here. No trophy that they have ever gotten is worth the shit they've suffered to get that tiny bit of validation. Nothing tells me how much they love each other and love what they do and love what they create and love their fans more than knowing what they have put up with to continually be discredited despite the trophies they win. In fact, specifically because of the trophies they win. They love what they do and they love us, or they wouldn't put up with this stuff. It's not worth it. I love that they celebrate with ARMY, despite
사랑해요 우리 아미 여러분들.
he's got confetti in his hair.
아 진짜 고생했어요.
우리 레몬 형이 제일 고생 많이 했어.
우리 활동하기 시작하기 전부터 랩모닝 되게 막 걱정 많이 하고.
It's what Namjoon does.
이제 팬분들이 되게 저희 이거밖에 만들어 주신 것 같아요. 아 랩모닝 되게 대신 불러주네.
And they look cool.
몰라요.
내일은 정말 다 같이 놀 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다. 왜냐하면 우리 팀에는 무기력한 사람들이 좀 몇몇 있어가지고요. 같이 놀고 싶어도 약간 하니까 그 사람들이 좀 놀 수 있게 해주셨으면 좋겠어요.
I think that's why a lot of us older Nunas and Hyungs who love them struggle in our own lives, because we want them to have this for all their lives. We remember that this exists. A lot of us had this once upon a time, or at least something kind of similar to it. And then people do. They get tired. They get burnt out by life. They let life burn them out. They tolerate life burning them out. They tolerate jobs and other people in their life that burn them out. And then they don't have it in them to play anymore. Anyway.
Malaysia. 말레이시아로 가야겠다.
My daddy wanted to move to Malaysia.
와, 세상에 어떻게 이럴 수가 있지?
와, 진짜. 근 5년 만에 이렇게 많이 보는 건 처음이야. 꽃게 잡고 싶다.
I love how he loves crabs. It's so sweet.
저도요. 진짜 못생겼다. 깐깐지원처럼 생겼다.
Now I want to move to Malaysia.
짝짝.
Oh my god. Is this one of their summer packages? Because I just got the 2018 summer package, and I know that was in Saipan, and I probably just said that wrong, but is this one of their summer packages, or was this just random fun?
이거 타고 가는 건가?
What's up with the Boy Scout look? What is that?
그렇기 때문에 침이 바지에 다 젖었어요. 근데 침도 참 세구나.
귀엽네. 짱짱보가 혓바닥 내미는 것 같아.
일단 코끼리 실제로 처음 봤고요. 호랑이 실제로 처음 봤고 뭐 이상한 새들도 있고.
Wait. So I just learned recently that Suga can't swim, is that right? But I see him in the water quite a bit. And I also see him kind of avoid water quite a bit, so I'm a little confused. Can anyone clarify anything?
그때 우리가 쌓인 피로들이 다 싹 다 날아가는 거지. 알죠?
And see, when people get older, they forget to do that. They forget to do things that wash the fatigue away.
서버도 금방 찍고 그리고
I guess I talk with my hands so much.
수영장에서 수영도 하고 애들이 수영할 때 나는 주로
While the kids are
의자에 앉아서 애들을 감상하며
오늘이 마지막이다. 약 2시간 뒤면 이제 한국으로 돌아갈 것 같다. 내일이면 다시 누워서 펑 하고 있겠지.
한 3일?
I bet you do.
다들 멤버들도 스트레스도 좀 많이 쌓이고 좀 할 때였는데 예민해지고 근데 딱 좋은 타이밍에 화보를 찍으면서 힐링을 할 수 있었던 것 같아서 좋은
1위를 한 만큼 팬 여러분들께 보답을 하면서 현장을 나가겠다.
띵동 시킨 밥이 왔다. 잘 먹으면서 잘 마무리 짓고 조심히 하고 들어가도록 하겠다. 좀 다음에 오면 되지. 다음이 있다 우리는. 자,
You never know if you can.
5월 13일 수요일 전국과 지민의 로고. 아, 슈거야. 얘 너무 야하다.
Still trying to take his shirt off to this day.
영화는 자막을 달고 나가니까 세계로 수출이 가능하겠지만 한국어로 된 음악은 언어 장벽 때문에 세계 시장에 나가는 게 어렵지 않겠냐는 이야기를 들었었습니다. 그런데 한국어로 노래하는 방탄소년단과 K-팝 아티스트들의 열광하는 세계 팬들을 보면서 음악도 가능하다는 것을 실감하고 있습니다.
전설을 만들 거예요.
That's the most disappointing part of the new intro for Hybe. Where'd the healing music and artists go?
지금 여기는 스위트. 굉장히 단 요리.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, that song, Moving On. You know, I'm ready to move on from some stuff. And I don't know who's moving on with me, and I don't know. I guess that's where, you know, everything that I babbled out before we started the reaction, feeling triggered about not being lovable and only being chosen if I'm needed but never because I'm wanted. I guess that's it. You know, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on from some things and move on to some things. And I'm a little afraid that I'm gonna be doing it alone, which makes you wonder why you're not enough. But you know, what I have to remember is that everybody has their own journey. And sometimes we're in it together, sort of parallel, walking through these journeys together, and sometimes we're not. We're not parallel at all. These men will continue to cycle through life too, the way that the rest of us have, the way that we do. And I pray that they continue to be able to be there for each other and find people to surround them, that when they're cycling, that they keep lifting and supporting each other so they keep cycling up and don't spiral down. Because when someone starts to spiral down, that's when they really need support system to remind them to keep the head high and to keep treading water and to believe in yourself and your dreams and your interests and who you are and in your humor and in your beauty and in the things that inspire you, because those things are there for a reason. They matter for a reason. I'm constantly babbling like a self-help book here, and I'm not trying to, but these are things that I'm having to work through myself. And these men are tremendous inspirations to keep fighting. The fact that to this day they're still having the same accusations levied against them, and stronger so on a more worldwide platform now, because you know what? Suga's video and song for Shadow says all of it. The higher and the bigger you go, the more there is to fall, the more people want you to fall. And I'm nowhere near any of that, so, and it's still a struggle. I just have to remember I wasn't meant to crumble under this. I wasn't meant to feel my soul crushed or my heart closed off by life and fatigue. We're all meant to wash those things away and to live, to breathe, to laugh, to play. And I hope to get to do that with some of you guys one day. And I am sorry if no, I'm not. I'm not gonna apologize for being who I am. If you find me clingy, then I'm not your cup of tea. If you find me too emotional sometimes, then I'm not your cup of tea. But I hope one day we get to be dancing fools together and be chaotic and just laugh at how completely corny and stupid and emotional and inappropriate we are. God loves you. I love you. BTS loves you, and they want you to love yourself. They want me to love myself. So let's try. Let's work on that today. And you never walk alone.